Good morning and welcome. This is the 4 Wheel Parts Everyman Challenge qualifying here in Johnson Valley, California, as we continue the King of the Hammers week of action. I'm Jim Marsden, and joining me in the booth this morning is none other than Mrs. Pam Hall. Pam, how you doing?
I'm doing amazing. It's going to be a great day of qualifying. Once again, yesterday was awesome, and it's a beautiful morning. The sun is getting ready to come over, as you can see on that beautiful screen right there of our short course and our drone footage. But I'm excited about this day, Jim, and I know that you are as well. You'll be out there later on yourself qualifying.
Yeah, between 1 and 2 this afternoon, I'm going to be in Jimmy Jack's car out there on the start line, trying to prove that I actually do know what I'm talking about. So we'll see what happens there. But let's just talk about today. This is the largest day of qualifying. We have 162 vehicles out there across 3 different classes. So let's talk about these classes. What classes do we have?
We have our 4600 Brannick Motorsports Legends class going. That is going to be later on this afternoon. We have our 4600 Curry Enterprise Stock class, and then we also have our 4500s as well that will be going as well. The 4500s
is the Yukon Gear and Axle class, of course. So we've got these 3 classes here. Now, the biggest class today is the 4800s, the Legends class. It's an absolutely stacked field, and there are some huge names out there. But that goes right the way across through into the other classes as well. As we watch our first car on the line right now, this is the 4820 of Randall Holmes, and he is the first of our Legends class cars. And they don't get much more vicious than backdoor, and they will have to negotiate resolution before they get to backdoor, and they drop down there. So let's see what he does. There is a bypass line if he wants to take it. But do you know what? Having watched a lot of people in qualifying so far and watched a lot of people practicing, I think a lot of people are going to take that backdoor line.
I think so too, and just watching qualifying yesterday with our UTV classes, we were thinking that roundabout was going to be faster after we started watching it, and the top competitors that were number 1 and 2 took that bypass until Power Hour, until Kyle Cheney. So if you guys haven't seen that, I highly suggest you're going to find it on the internet because it's gone viral already. But
yeah, I think it's safe to say that Kyle Cheney actually owns the internet right now. I was out here yesterday, and this course is absolutely chewed out. We've had all the desert trucks down there. We've had all the other qualifiers down there. And where usually you get that soft sand sitting in the bottom of the whoops, that's all gone. So everything you hit, you're hitting hard.
yes, and I mean, you've been out there, you've been experiencing this firsthand, and that's something that you can explain to people like you're talking about right now, how hard the rocks are and the sand washes and everything. But the whole entire qualifying course, I know you're not going to talk about any tricks you might have up your sleeve, but
survival, Pam.
Survival. So your plan, do you have a plan to go down back door, or are you going to go on the bypass?
If everything goes to plan, we will be going off of back door.
There you go.
What kind of fashion that will be, I have no idea. We're probably legs and arms flying in all directions, but we'll be fine.
Awesome.
So we have our second car off the line right now. This is the 4645. This is Sydney Stevenson.
And Sydney Stevenson, like I said earlier on, she has been out here before. She raced. I believe her dad was her co-driver. She is out of Valley Center, California. She has competed in that Rebel Rally, so it's an all-female event. She is in a Jeep TJ with a 4.05 speed, Rancho, Falcon, Blackhawk wheels, and the Brom seats. So it's awesome to see Sydney out here competing again at King of the Hammers.
So Randall Holmes now making his way down the drop. And he's showing some good pace there. This is a 4800. Now, oh, is that a fire? There is something on the front of that vehicle. Oh, right.
And that is Randall Holmes that we are seeing that on. Looks like up in the power steering area.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I'm not happy about that at all. Right, okay, we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Oh, hello. Right, okay, course workers have stopped now. Now, we did see a flickering of flame here on Randall Holmes' car earlier, so I'm just wondering if they're just jumping in there. I can see some fire extinguishers. They're just working on that now. Now, sometimes it's very difficult to get into the recesses and access panels of these vehicles and put the flames out, so hopefully they'll sort that out very quickly. Oh, yeah, you can still see there's fire there. I'm just getting in there now. Get the powder fire extinguisher on there. This is Sydney Stevenson. She's coming to the top of resolution. Now, as you come off at the top here, you cannot see a thing. It is a blind crescent as you come out, or blind top as you come over, and you have to literally just take a leap of faith as you make your way over. We do have Rick Randall. Look at the speed difference.
Wow.
Now, what's he going to do?
Well,
there is an alternate line. He knows the line. He's already pre-run. He makes that decision. It doesn't cost him any time at all. Oh, come on,
no.
Rick. That's it.
It looks like that line that he just took, that Rick just took, is a faster line. Sydney's struggling just a little bit.
Rick Randall has made his way down past Randall Holmes, making his way down through to back door.
Looks like Sergio is on the start line waiting to take that green flag.
This is still the bottom resolution, but you can see where the track peels away. So he's got about another 150 yards to go, and then he can take the line to the left, which is the bypass line, which will take him up the sandhill. And the sand wash is not that easy. You need a lot of horsepower to get up there. Or he can drop to the right. You can see he's really trying to lay down something. So that's what makes me think that he will go for it. As he goes around the back of the rock, he took the bypass and made a fool of me. Good grief. And he's just getting hooked. There's one rock right in the middle. You've got to go round to the right of it and stick it up onto the side slightly to get past. But this is what happens. You get buried down in that soft sand. He's going to have to go back a little bit further. And you can see there, that rock on the left, it's almost the size of his wheels. Oh, he's taking a nice line there. Good work there from Sergio.
This episode of King of the Hammers is brought to you by Progressive. Enjoy every minute of every ride with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. General Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. And by Kicker Performance Audio. Living loud for 50 years.
We have some awesome qualifying going on already. We do have, it looks like the 4600 is stopped though.
Yeah, that's Buzz Batchman. He's stopped on the side of the track there, so tough luck for him. We also saw Randall Holmes pulled to the side as well with an engine fire.
Let's talk about Rick Randall. He is our first car that went across the line this morning. He is at a 13:05.005, and Sydney Stevenson has also crossed the line at a 22:54. So we have two finishers so far.
We have indeed. But we have got multiple cars out there on course at the moment. We've got 6 vehicles, and Sergio Penilios will be the next car.
So, okay, Sergio's in our infield. He has a couple more turns, one more jump, and he will be getting a time. So we shall see what he is going to be getting, because Rick Randall, in that time of a 13:05, we'll see if Sergio can beat that time.
Yeah, I mean, that Rick Randall time was very solid indeed, but I would expect Sergio to beat it. So let's see what happens here as he takes the final jump and over the line.
All right, so let's see. Sergio just now finished his lap at a 12:48.645. So right now he's sitting in that #1 spot. So that is the 4623 of John Williams. He's out of Logan, Utah with Crossfire Off-Road Racing in that Ford Bronco. His first race was KOH 2012 in the EMC class, and he got first place at Montana last year in 2023. It looks like he's struggling just quite a bit going up that little sandy wash.
Yeah, well, this is what I was talking about. These sand washes, they are not easy to do at all. They are actually really difficult. It takes a lot of horsepower, and you've really got to put those tyres to work, particularly these 35-inch tyres. There's the 4600 of Buzz Backman there. So it looks like, unless they can get fixed, it looks like their day is over. And here is John Williams. And he has also taken the bypass and makes his way back around to the bottom of back door.
So far we haven't seen anybody actually go down back door this morning. Alex Fleming making his way very quickly as well.
Now he's going to be on the horn, letting Hurricane know that he is there.
Going to make a pass here. Alex Fleming's out of Denver, Colorado with Sherpa Motorsports. And his first race was King of the Hammers 2021.
Oh, this is Megan Miller.
Oh, no, it looks like she is definitely, obviously, she's digging in that front left.
This is the climb up towards resolution. You've got 2 lines here. This is where we actually saw Sergio get stopped there for a moment. And he was caught on the other rock. She's tried to take that left line, but she's caught it dead center. Oh, no. This is a tough break. But just look how fast that sand digs out around these tires. It is so soft in this particular area of the course. For the King of the Hammers 2024. There will be 162 vehicles qualifying today. Right, we got some action here.
That is Twitchy McGee making, oh no, hopefully he doesn't get stuck as well.
Ooh.
Twitchy McGee trying to make his way around Megan Miller.
And Alex Fleming crosses the line with a 14:15. So solid run there from him. But right now it's all about Sergio Pinillos, the only man to go sub 13 minutes to this morning with a 12:48. And Twitchy's not so twitchy now. He's making his way past Megan Miller. So nice move there.
So just a little bit of a plug here. And we have another vehicle coming around off the top of the ledge, dropping down in as well. So we now have 4 vehicles that are going to be in this backdoor drop area.
So
All right.
Brandon Goodwin looking really good here for a nice time, solid time. You
All
can
right,
see, Megan Miller still stuck.
Yeah, still stuck right there. It's very unfortunate.
Very tough indeed. And they were putting together such a great run.
All right, Brandon Goodwin with Kyle Phillips in the passenger seat. We have out of Belfair, Washington with Goodwin Race Team. His first race was at King of the Hammers 2023, so welcome back out here. So Brandon Goodwin making an awesome pass there, making a great time right now as well.
We are now watching as Brandon Goodwin does go down through back door.
Okay, so he did make his way down. He did not take the bypass.
He did. Maybe he's got some kind of limited slips or something strange going on in the axles.
And right
Who knows?
now, where he's sitting, that is the Y. If you go
It
to
is.
the right, that takes you down back door. You go to the left, that takes you on the bypass. And like you were saying, Jim, if you take that left-hand side, it's more of a silty wash area. That is the 4672 of Nicholas Abida making his way through the bypass lane. So we shall see what's going to happen here with Twitchy McGee.
Yeah, that bypass lane goes up out at the top of Resolution. You drop down, follow the sand wash. Have to go out, go round a large orange cone or a delineator.
Yeah,
And
that's
make your way back down past the entrance to back door and then head back into town.
Brandon Goodwin just went over the final jump of our short course. Brandon Goodwin, wow, with a great time of 11:42.023, so fastest time of the day so far.
He's at the finish line, so he won't be too worried now.
And then we also have the 75 of Scott Foley making his way down, making a quick time, bumping his way through.
Yeah, he's really putting this car to work as he drops down into Resolution.
I think if he doesn't have any issues, that he might be pushing that the 925 mark maybe.
Oh, I think he's faster than that, looking at this. But it all depends. It's so easy to bleed seconds in Resolution.
But we do see somebody getting towed off over here to the right. I believe that is Twitchy McGee.
Yeah, I think that is Twitchy McGee. Now, this is going to be a tough recovery because trying to get back up that sand wash just as a four-wheel drive vehicle is tough. Trying to be a four-wheel drive vehicle towing up the hill is really tough.
All right, do we think that the 75 of Scott Foley is going to take the bypass or go down back door? What did he do?
There are no choices here,
Okay,
Pam.
he's going down
He's
back
going
door?
back door.
Great shot.
That wasn't even a consideration for this man. Okay, so there's the first of the 2 waterfalls. Now you've got to straighten it up. Get ready for the second one. And here's the drop. This is the bigger one. Down he comes, and let's hit the throttle. You've got to be careful at the bottom there. There's a couple of really big rocks, and I mean really big, about the same size as those wheels.
All right, so let's talk about this for a minute. Our top 5 fastest qualifiers of the day are in our 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. We have Scott Foley in the number 75, sitting in that number 1 spot at a 9:25.688. The 4806 of Steve Graff in that second position at a 9:32.75.
Yeah, then in third is Josh Sauer with a 10:40, and then in fourth is Kevin Condon coming across the line in a 10:52. The highest place of our 4600 Curry Enterprises stock class was Sergio Pinillos.
Yes, and Sergio is sitting in that number 1 spot, like you were just saying, with a time of 12:48.645.
Yes, that was a great run there from Sergio.
Yes, we have a great group of people. We always talk about our volunteers and everybody, our course workers and everything, but the behind the scenes in race ops is something that, you know, that's a very important job. They work hard in there. They're probably, honestly, the hardest workers out here, keeping everything flowing well. And yeah, it's definitely a huge team effort and an army to put on this whole entire race series.
It is indeed. And Don Stein, he drops down through back door.
4807 of Don Stein making his way through the Bronco Arch, almost done with the qualifying time. definitely slowed down on his pace just a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder if he's shifted to low, can't change back to high, or if there's something going on there. But I think there's a bit more of a story, as you say, because he started a lot faster than this, and you can see he's being caught here right now.
And that's
by
Jesse Lee. Yes.
So Jesse Lee will just be giving him a little bit.
And
Bit
in
of a
that
beep on the horn, and you can see by the way that Jesse's pulling away from him here. It does look like Don Stein is probably carrying a problem.
They are both, looks like they are making a great time. We shall see. So Ryan Hawkins right now is at a 8:41.
And this is going to be, these 4500s and 48s, they are going to be very closely matched out there on course. We're going to see a lot of cars in sort of that between sort of 9 and 10 minute zone.
But still, the man of the hour, the man of the day so far is Scott Foley in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class at a 9:25.
Yeah, Antonio, they're really doing a great job. This is a tough part of the course. This is good pace through here. This is really good pace.
Yeah, you can tell that he's trying to make up some time. I mean, you make it up where you can, right? I mean, you
yeah,
can't.
And now this is the coming into the top of Resolution, and he's taking that right-hand line. Now you got to sit before. You got to go to the left. Oh no, he's not. He's just going dead straight. Look at that.
That's the area right there we were talking about yesterday. The drivers, some of them were taking it straight over the top because you have to maneuver around, and shorter distance is faster usually.
That is the first time we've seen that line taken today. So great stuff there from Antonio. He's coming down to the split. Is he going to go through back door? Be very surprised if he doesn't, and he does make his way down into back door.
And let's talk about Kimberly Sparrow. She just came through with her qualifying run at a 10:52.933, so she's sitting in that number 7 spot. Kevin
Solid.
Condon was at a 10:52.552. Look, there are a lot of close times going on this morning.
That's a great time there from Kimberly.
Yes, it is. Sitting in that number 7 spot. Congrats.
Okay, so that's the waterfalls taken care of. And Antonio makes his way back in. He's going to swing to the right.
If you land on all fours and it's okay, why not keep going, right?
Absolutely.
Pedal to the metal.
Never surrender.
Let's see what he's going to end up with.
Big jump. Fantastic stuff. The car looked really good there. Be very interested to see his time. Yeah, he goes in with a 9:43. And takes it into 3rd position overall. Oh, what a shame.
So still sitting in that number 1 spot, though, is Scott Foley at a 9:25. And you know these guys are trying to push it. They want to be in that number 1 spot.
Yeah, Scott Foley, that was a fantastic run there.
In the 1776, Jeff Watson making his way down back door. We do have on the line the number 7 of Sean Leonardi. And the number 7. Sean is out of Hollister, California with Hollister Racing in a Trent Fab chassis with the LQ9.
That's the kind of pace you're going to need to hit if you want to be on the top of the box here at the Everyman Challenge qualifying session in Hammertown.
And you can just see how the rear end just keeps bouncing around. That is Michael Kelly in the number 707. Michael Kelly making great time already. Michael is out of...
we got a roll over in the short course. That's Jeff Watson there in the 1776.
He had such a great run going for him.
Yeah, it's so easy to do. Just got to flick off of those turns. But look at this. Our course workers are already on the case. So there we've now got the 951. Oh, stand on it, Jeff. Come on there. That's beautifully saved there from Jeff as he makes his way down through back door. Big wheel stand. And that was on the first waterfall. You've got to be so careful. Everyone's always thinking that the big waterfall is the bottom waterfall, but the top one can catch you out.
And Ian is in here with me now in the booth, Ian Johnson. Oh, and there goes the hood. Not sure the number, but man, the hood just... 4816 just lost the hood of his car. That is Bodie Miller out there, just flew off. All right, the 4675, who must be a late qualifier, is because that's Alex McNeil. He actually took the green flag earlier on, but here he is coming through for his finishing lap. But Bodie Miller out there losing his hood. There's some trail treasure, as I call it, that somebody will be picking up.
Yeah, I'm sure one of the crew will get there and pick that up for him, but it's good to see that it didn't slow him down at all. He's still pushing hard.
It's good that it actually came off and didn't just fly up.
Oh, the unfortunate Jeep front axle, I think.
Oh, no.
Broke the axle at the finish line. I'm quite certain his pit crew is not happy with him right now. But this is the pace that we need to see for a fast qualifier through resolution.
Yes.
And this is what we saw yesterday, and this is what we expect also to see tomorrow. As you can see how violent it is on the car to come down through that section of the course at speed, but that is how you need to attack this particular part of the course if you want to make up time in that rock section. He's going to come through at that 8, probably at 8:30 at the most. This is our new fast qualifier coming into town right now.
Okay.
Is Kent Fultz.
I said an 8:57 was going to be the fastest time, but he just now went through that Can-Am corner. So Kent Fultz, wow. Oh, and he launches it, nosedives at the finish.
Yeah, he's sub 8:30, so he's 8. What's his?
He's definitely in that number 1 spot.
This episode of King of the Hammers is brought to you by Progressive. Enjoy every minute of every ride with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. General Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. And by Kicker Performance Audio. Living loud for 50 years.
All right, so we're watching Jacob make it. Looks like he checked up a little bit in that section. Probably took a little bad line, got a little bounce. You can see he's way over in the rocks, which is what we want to see. He's coming down. He's working his way through that rock section in resolution. He's going to make the right-hand turn.
And down here in our bottom right-hand side is Justin Castillo. He's in the 4800 car. It's out of Salt Lake City, Utah. He's in a Jimmy's Podium Chassis LS3, 550 horsepower. His first King of
it looks like he's fallen into these. It looks like Jacob has just landed in the same hole that Sean Ratchke was in. I think the bottom of that section of backdoor has gotten so dug out, I don't think you can drop off it anymore.
Well,
you can see the rule that's going to get these guys is these 4800s. I believe the 4800s as well as the 4500s, your front bumper must be ahead of your tire. I believe that's actually in the rule book. I have to double check. But I think what's happened is you can see that front bumper is dug into the rocks, but he's going to power his way through it.
Well, look at the rock right there that's right in front of his bumper. That's kind of stopping him a
There we
little
go.
bit too.
That's the way to do it.
And
Just
he has it
abuse
front.
that car, and he's made his way through, but he's offline slightly, but he's going to recorrect.
And he also has a front right flat as well, so that could have been a factor in it as well.
Oh, check this out. Here we go.
Wow.
On board, live from the lake bed with Jeremy Brown. This is pretty cool. Is this a first?
This is the first
This is a
of the
first
day.
for us. First of the day. First year for this, but this is on-board camera on the race course. And joining me here in the booth is my good friend Miles will be joining me for the next little bit. So we're watching Jeremy Brown right now. This is a very, very good pace so far that we've seen. He's making his way through this sandy section. You can see the speed he's carrying is very, very good. This is what we expect to see from a fast qualifier. You can see just pushing through these rocks.
And look at him just grabbing that wheel, just back and forth. So much turning you have to do around these rocks.
You got to work a lot on your way through that section of the course. But he's carrying a good amount of speed. When we see him come down through the bottom, the big question will be, what does he do at the bottom of this course? Does he take the left bypass? Or does he drop right? Look at this.
A
little bit of passing action maybe going to happen, which is awesome to see. But we got.
So Jeremy Brown's getting ready to drop that 8-foot ledge, and it's starting to get more dug out and more dug out.
Yeah, but I think it's all about just the commitment at this point, Miles. We've seen a couple cars get hung up, but this is awesome. We're going to see Jeremy Brown come out the bottom at 7:40. Based on what we've seen, that's 2 minutes from right there.
So just shy of 10-minute run. That's pretty solid.
The nice thing about the 4800 cars and even the 4500 cars, they are very evenly matched when it comes out of the rocks and gets into the desert.
It's going to be very interesting to see how it shakes out. 4600, those Broncos are pretty bad, but there's a few of those Jeeps. Sergio's been doing well. John Schaefer had a rough qualifier, so he'll have adjusted time on his side if he doesn't get caught in a bottleneck. Man, it's a stacked field. How about you?
I'm gonna say 4500 is gonna be John Matthews.
Yep,
I think he's
slipped.
due.
That one slipped mine.
Yeah, I think he's due for a win.
Oh, a huge
rollover!
rollover.
Look at this! Oh, good.
And that is that Jonathan Terhune. Terrible. I think that's the oldest
There
car
we go. He's
racing
not
with
stopping though.
Wow, so Terhune takes a Terhuneable little trek there.
Look at that.
And he's had this car for a long time, and It just took a pretty good tumble, a big tumble, and it kept rolling.
It did, but it's still going, which is awesome to see. Yeah, Caleb making quick work. Unfortunately, it looks like Terhune is. Looks like he called a course worker over. They might be shutting it down, Miles.
Well, I mean, he took a pretty good tumble, so who knows what happened during that Terhune tumble. We'll get it figured out and get it back in action.
Got to get into that little rocky section there, a little bit extra traction. So let's see what Christian does. Follow him up the sand hill and try to pass him in the desert, or hang a right and head down through back door, which would be, that would be the smarter decision.
Yep, he does. He bypasses and he's going down back door.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely the right place. You don't have to worry about trying to get around him. But I think we're going to see a pass here in. If we're not, we're going to see a little bit of racing. Here we go.
Oh, I'm getting an update. Jim has no reverse. Thanks, Scott Pinder, for that update.
Oh, that's a bummer. That's not a good thing to have no reverse.
Oh, here we go. We got a Robbins Racing.
Oh,
look at
there
this.
we go.
Levezzo's up and over.
Welcome to the Hammers, Jim.
Jim Marsden, yep. Oh, that was some fun action. Rick Levezzo saw the door and just slammed it. Qualifying for the Everyman Challenge. And Power Hour is just right around the corner. This has been an amazing event for the 2024 Progressive Insurance King of the Hammers, presented by Nitto Tires, powered by Optima Batteries. Welcome back to the 2024 Progressive Insurance King of the Hammers, presented by Nitto Tires, powered by Optima Batteries. I am Miles Hasquist, and I've been in the booth with Ian Johnson for the last few hours. It's been a great time hanging out with you, buddy, but it sounds like we're going to be joined by Jim Marsden.
Always, Miles. It's great. I know Jim always gets excited to take over for Power Hour, so I'm going to hand the headset off to him. We'll let you go, Miles. Jim, it's good to see you here, my friend.
All right. Thank you again, Ian Johnson. Such a pleasure. Always a good time.
Now, it's not about that. It's about Brexton Glines and Kendall Glines, and they hit off the line here for Power Hour for the Everyman Challenge 2024.
So Brexton and Caden Glines off the line out of American Fork, Utah with Glines Motorsports and their Jeep with a 4-liter. Tip Top Auto Trans, Dana 300, Mickey Thompson, Nemesis, Terraflex, Yukon, Craig Swap Associates, Nacho Lights, Lone Peak Collision, Wasatch Performance, Coyote Enterprises, Fab Rats YouTube, Adams Drive Shaft, R1 Industries, Factor 55, Speed Sport, Grizzly Habits, Randy's Worldwide, and Bomber Eyewear.
And I've got an interesting fact for you on this one, Miles. They've actually...
And Giggle Pin, yeah.
Yeah, interesting fact for you here. They've just fitted a Giggle Pin winch, so let's see what they can do with that out on the race course.
There's
Absolutely.
that rock that a lot of people... they clipped it. Is that going to hurt? And he is off. John Rance, 431 with Mud Nut Racing. Green flag is flying. This is the 4600 Curry Enterprise Stock Class 4 Power Hour.
Yeah,
Brexton Glines top left, John Rance bottom right. Jim, this is great. Great way to start.
It is indeed. I enjoy seeing these 4600 cars on the course and the growth of 4600. Just how much faster these guys are than they used to be when you look back 10 years ago when you were lucky if we got a car to even finish.
Oh,
now
absolutely.
we actually have these cars genuinely racing out there. And the last few years also, it's been dominated by those Broncos.
The Broncos, yeah, they've really stepped it up the last couple of years. But
that stranglehold has been broken.
Exactly.
And we're starting to see other people now raising their game, bringing on their race programs and giving these Broncos a bloody nose. But we've got some big hitters still out there today in more of those Broncos, and we will be seeing Brad Lovell and Lauren Healy taking the line very soon.
So Brexton up top on your left, John Rance at the bottom on your right.
Now Brexton Glines coming over the top there of the drop zone. That is a very, very steep hill.
We call this the Terhune Tumble Hill now.
Brexton has gone to the right. I can strongly advise missing that rock on the left there.
Well, he hit the rock on the right, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, now this is
Uh-oh,
actually
he's going to be
why-
high-centered, I think.
Yeah, this is the reason I actually changed, because as I came around, I could see it's incredibly dug out. Now, we saw Megan Miller stuck here, or just actually slightly to the left of there, stuck here for a long period of time.
Oh,
come
look,
on,
he's
Brexton.
just digging down.
Yeah, but that
Oh,
also
no
looks
rear
like he's
drive.
got no rear drive there.
Did he take out the rear drive shaft with that rock? Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, no. We don't want to see this. And the frustration level will be 10 as he tries to put this car to work.
Uh-oh. That's a
dear.
lot of smoke I don't like to see.
Yeah, I think I can see water on the front as well. I think maybe a coolant line.
Oh, I saw the rear tire spin for just a second.
And let's just talk a little bit as we're seeing John Rance come around there and Braxton Glines, who's just trying to work out what his next move is. Coming up in Power Hour, we are going to have Brad Lovell, Lauren Healy, Ryan Taylor, Stephen Woody Rose Jr., Ryan Webb, Randy Slawson, Logan Goodall, Dan Warwick. I believe that's being driven by Paul
Wolf. You are correct.
Dwayne Garrettson, Cody Sinclair, Jesse Oliver, and Sean Rance. So there's lots of action to come yet.
So we should be seeing John Rance coming up towards Brexton Glines here in just a moment. And there is Brad Lovell, the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Famer himself, with his son Adam riding shotgun.
Yeah, and of course Brad has
there
won
we
this.
are. Let's watch this. Bottom right. There's
here we
enough
go.
room to go.
Yeah, and John Rance just picks his way past there. Nicely done, nice and simple.
Made easy work of that. I'm sure Brexton's sitting there like, why didn't I take that line?
Yeah, we all think that.
Brad Lovell and Adam Lovell, his son, taking off out of Colorado Springs, Colorado with Lovell Racing in that 2021 Ford Bronco factory engine transmission. And he's got multiple wins under his belt for sure.
He has there. We just saw him stepping to the right of the course there to take that smoother line. Great work there from Brad Lovell.
And look at that elevation as John Rance is making his way towards back door.
Now,
That's a short wheelbase for dropping back door. We'll see if he makes it.
Is.
Yeah, you can have all the prep, all the pre-running on your side, and it still comes down to a little bit of luck.
Of course it does. But right now, it's all about Brad Lovell.
And he takes a pretty good little hit right there. We've seen a few of them bounce through there. So 2 Broncos out on course with Brexton Glines between them. And look at the spectators out of back door.
So right now in the top left of our corner is Off-Road Hall of Fame inductee, a multiple winner here at King of the Hammers, Brad Lovell, bringing his Bronco round as John Rance comes through the Bronco Arch.
So Brad Lovell making his way around Brexton Glines, who's still parked right there on the side of the trail. Tough break there.
Yeah, poor old Brexton, he had a really good run going there for all until it wasn't, I think is the correct way of putting it.
And there's Lauren Healy and Jesse Amex riding shotgun out of Farmington, New Mexico with Funhaver Off-Road Team. In their 2021 Ford Bronco called Bucky, 2.7 EcoBoost stock transmission. Is Brad Lovell and his Bronco coming through the Bronco Arch here momentarily.
Yes, we've got 3 cars on course right now. We've got Brad Lovell, we've got Lauren Healy, and we've got Ryan Taylor.
Getting ready to hit the Yukon launch here in the Ford Performance Short Course. And look at him flying that Bronco. There's Ryan Taylor. And Brexton Glines is still parked on course. So tough break for Glines, but they'll take a rear start. Remember, race day is on adjusted time.
And let's think back at the history of this event. It's been going nearly 20 years, Miles. Get your head
18th
around that.
annual King of the Hammers.
And how many times have we seen cars come nearly from the back of the pack to make fantastic overall wins?
Absolutely, it can happen. So Ryan Taylor and Corey Day off the line. Number 53 in that Trent fabrication machine.
This episode of King of the Hammers is brought to you by Progressive. Enjoy every minute of every ride with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. General Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. And by Kicker Performance Audio. Living loud for 50 years.
Can anyone beat Ken Foltz?
It's going to be tough. Yeah, the fast time of the day is the 8:21 by Kent Foltz. And then 7 seconds behind him is Brent Harrell. Then Derek Summers, Michael Kelly, Scott Foley.
Yeah, now Scott Foley was absolutely fantastic. In 6th position is Cody Young. In 7th it's Steve Graff. In 8th it's Jeff Martin. In 9th it's Jeremy Brown.
In 10th is Antonio Grijalva. And then Brian Trimp. Greg Neff, Shad Kennedy, Jacob Pacheco, and Brent Nixon rounds out the top 15. Look at Lauren Healy just plowing with that left front. Tough break there.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. You kind of have to kind of hold the car, try and make it do what you want to do, and all the time it's trying to dive away from you. But Ryan Taylor right now putting together a nice solid lap here.
And look at Lauren, he's pushing strong with that flat tire. Can it hold together? Oh, it's starting to come apart. There, he's starting to lose it. He'll be on the rim here anytime. We'll watch him go through the Bronco arch. He is pushing hard.
Yeah, he knows it. He still wants to get onto that pole position if he can. As Ryan Taylor makes his way out through trapdoor. Just keeping it nice and smooth, looking very quick here.
Ryan Taylor's really stepped up the last year or so, really making a name for himself in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. It's hard to turn without that traction up front.
Yeah, he's just slogging it along. And you can see that wheels, the tire has definitely gone now.
Woody Rose bottom right and Ryan Taylor in the top right, or top left.
Absolutely. Now, Miles, I'm watching this. Ryan Taylor's putting down an okay time, but Woody Rose, he's setting the track on fire. Have you seen the pace of this?
It is incredible. Yeah, he's really trying to chase him down. So Ryan Taylor heading towards the Bronco arches. Woody Rose does a huge wheel stand up and around Brexton Glines.
Yeah, no, he's got to be careful there. That's it's easy to tag a tire. Making his way through the Bronco arch, and he takes a different line. Now, this is interesting.
I like that line. That's been used a few times.
Yeah, next off the line is going to be Ryan Webb, the 717. You can hear that engine roar from the booth here in Hammertown.
Ryan Rollover Webb with Chris Branton riding shotgun out of Bossier City, Louisiana with Kryptonite Racing.
Okay, we're watching now, but Woody Rose has taken the right-hand line. That means one thing. He's going through back door. What's Woody got for us? Now, if you're just joining us and you're not sure what back door is a series of 2 waterfalls.
There's the first one. And the second one's about 8-10 foot, depends on the day.
Yeah, now this right-hand line is digging out quite a lot, but he makes it look so easy.
It is definitely filled in compared to years past.
Oh, it is, yes.
The Woody Rose on pass to be in that top 3. We'll see if he can sneak in there and get that pole position. He is really giving it all he's got. Ryan Webb with a consistent pace on the top left. But look at Woody Rose is just flat-footed towards the Bronco arch.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that he has got one throttle position, and that's on at the moment.
Wide open. See his dad, Derek Trent, out in the crowd. Mr. Trent Fabrication watching his son.
Okay, so which line is he taking? He's taking that right-hand line. Spins it in round here. This is,
gets a little slideways, but able to recover. He's entering the Can-Am corner. One last big turn to go. He'll hit the Yukon launch, and we'll get a time for him. Yeah, unofficially, I'm going to say it's 3rd place. Pretty locked tight. Look at him launching across there.
Now, this is an interesting line. We've seen a couple of cars taking that today. Literally cutting across and down into the gully.
Ryan Webb top left, Mike Slauson driving for Randy Slauson on the bottom right. Bombing through the desert.
You say back door, I say bypass.
We'll see. We're about to find out. And guess what? I was right. Again.
And he'll be looking there, he'll be wanting to be in that sort of top 10 kind of area. Out in front with the big boys as Ryan Webb drops off back door, hits the skinny pedal, makes his way down into the wash. There is Mike Slauson in the bottom right of our screen, and in the top left it is Ryan Webb.
But look at the pace of Slauson. He is flying through the desert. We saw Woody Rose right there in that section do a huge wheel stand, so Slauson's taking a little better route.
As Ryan Webb takes the final leap and the checkered flag.
I'm going to say that's a mid-pack run. Oh, that looks like that's Logan Goodall, first in our 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle modified class.
Yeah, that does look like Logan Goodall.
So Logan Goodall and Todd Miller in that 1950 out of Phoenix, Arizona with Goodall Racing.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. So what is a 4500 car? A 4500 Yukon gear and axle modified class. They're allowed two 2.5-inch shocks per corner, limited to 14 inches of travel. Has to have a mechanical steering, and it can only use a 37-inch DOT tyre, and has to have a front-mounted engine, but can have unlimited horsepower. So Mike Slauson now makes his way down round the bottom of the back door, into the wash, coming down past Short Bus, and round the bottom of King Hill before he heads into town.
Mike Slauson in the Ford Performance short course, making good work. And Logan Goodall out in the desert, having some fun.
Yeah, Logan's really putting that car to work now. He means business. 10th is Jeff Martin. In 9th is Steve Graff. In 8th is Cody Young. In 7th, it's Mike Slauson. In 6th, it's Scott Foley. In 5th, it's Michael Kelly. In 4th, it's Derek Summers. In 3rd, is Steve Woody Rose Jr. In 2nd is Brent Harrell. But who's in first place, Miles?
And the pole position is Kent Fultz with that 8:21. But Mike Slauson just drove a great run with a 9:26, 1 second off of Scott Foley. Paul Wolf has had some bad luck during qualifying thus far. Qualified in his UTV twice, took a couple tumbles, and now he's doing the 4500 Yukon gear and axle class, and maybe a belt spit off, I don't know. Tough break for Paul Wolf and Dan Wyrick out of the car at race mile number 1.
Yeah, and this is a beautiful new vehicle. The builders of this car pushing the envelope once again as we watch Logan Goodall coming on into the short course now.
That is the 4517 of Jesse Oliver. He rewrapped his car with Randy Cole riding shotgun out of White Lake, Michigan with Oliver Racing. Dan Wyrick and Paul Wolf. Tough break for them. They've definitely had some bad luck this week.
They have, but it's not all over. They'll be able to get it back to the pits, they'll be able to get it fixed, and they will be able to start from the back.
Oh, absolutely. The never give up attitude from each and every racer out here on the lake bed.
Yeah, as the 4517 makes his way down through the drop zone.
And the shadows are getting a little bigger out there.
Yeah, they are indeed. Once the sun starts to drop down over the side of the mountain, starts to get dark in Hammertown very fast indeed.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
Dwayne
it's gotta be
Garrettson,
Dwayne, isn't it? Yep.
Number 26 with Jeremy Tipton riding shotgun out of Alma, Arkansas. Ricky Bobby of Ultra 4 and King of the Hammers.
And you can bet your life there's a whole load of 4400 class drivers who'll be watching this qualifying session.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Jesse Oliver now. Is he coming down through back door?
Yep.
Yes, he
there's
is.
the first ledge. We'll watch him drop ledge number 2.
So this is the bigger of the two ledges. Got to take it nice and easy. Roll down. Controlled car crash.
A little
Perfectly
bit of
done.
a wheelie out of there. So Jesse Oliver makes quick work of back door.
Indeed.
So he should be about a 930. So that could be a possible top 10 if he pushes all the way through the end.
But right now it's Jesse Oliver coming on into the short course. See him in the top left-hand side of our screen there. And this is looking like a good time, Miles. I think, as you say, I think this could be around that sort of mid-9s.
As Jesse Oliver through the Bronco arch into the Ford Performance short course.
Yeah, Jesse Oliver just come around turn 19.
One more Yukon launch jump to go, and he'll be getting a time. We'll see if he makes it in that top 10 or not. It's going to be really close.
And off the line now, it is none other than Cody Sinclair.
Jesse Oliver's in 13th position with a 943.
Our 46 is the Curry Enterprises stock class, our 45s is the Yukon Gear and Axle modified class, and our 48s is the 48 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. But right now, both of these vehicles, Dwayne Garrettson and Cody Sinclair, are both 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle modified class. So Cody Sinclair there still laying down the power as Dwayne Garrettson makes his way down towards Hammertown.
Cody St. Clair still pushing strong. Looks like all the tires are holding air on both St. Clair and Garrettson. One more Can-Am corner to go for Dwayne Garrettson with Come Get You Some Off-Road. There it is, 52nd position, Dwayne Garrettson's.
Yeah, as these cars continue down there, let's have a quick look at our top 10. In 10th position, it's Steve Graff. In 9th
is Cody Young.
In 8th is Mike Slauson.
In 7th is Scott Foley.
In 6th is Logan Goodall.
In 5th is Michael Kelly.
In 4th it's Derek Summers.
In 3rd it's Woody Rose.
And in 2nd it's the young man Brent Harrell.
And the top of the poll right now with that 821.754 is Mr. Kent Fultz. He's been there most of the day and nobody's been able to touch him.
Yeah, what a fantastic run from Kent. Now, Kent's been racing with us for quite some time, and to suddenly just come out with that run, awesome. Over 160 plus vehicles that are qualified today here in Hammertown.
What a great day. Thanks to every single racer out there, everybody at home here on site. This has been the 2024 Progressive Insurance King of the Hammers, presented by Nitto Tires, powered by Optima Batteries.